That doesn't look live. Why does it freaking... Wow. We'll be here in just a moment, folks. This is absolutely silly. Silly. What's up, y'all? That is just shenanigans all over the place. So it has us on mobile, but it for some reason has it in landscape. I'm gonna murder YouTube in just a moment. Let's do this. Okay. Nice. What's up, y'all? I agree that this is ridiculous. This thing up here. We're gonna do something. Hold on. Let me get one email off. Okay. All right. What's up, Pixel Waster? Sick as a dog. What do you got? You got the cold? You got things? Hey, everybody. How's it going? It works. It works. It's live. We're here. We're doing the stuff. We got the things. What's up, Valerimo? Mattia 3D. We got all the stuff, all the people, all the things. That looks terrible. Let me go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go live on a separate stream, which everyone's going to get angry at me for, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we're going to have things. What's up? Go to Lamia. We're going to go ahead, start streaming. There we go. We're going to have 3 streams going here because I do not like that. Do not like that at all. What's up, Rip? Okay. Everybody else down here, how's it going? Where are we based? We're based in the U.S. Our main factory's in Idaho, and we're building some other ones around. Valeria Momo, Mattia 3D, Instagram. What's up, Badweight? How's it going? Jack Weeva joined. What's up? I like that framing. Almost. There we go. Now it's cool. Now it's good. It's viable. Is the light on over there? The light's not on over there. Hold on. There we go. Slightly more backlighting than what we had a moment ago. Alrighty. Who else is around? Turn on, stop stream, start stream. There we are. We're going to go ahead and we're going to edit this. We're going to go for, oh, okay. No, we can do that. I can live with that. Okay. Supposedly that should be coming up here momentarily. How's it going, guys? What else we got? I'm going to go ahead. I hit that. I should be able to see chat here in just a moment. Live chat. How's it going, Rip? Let's see here who else we got. That's all of it. Okay. All righty. What do you guys want to go over? What do you want to talk about? I just got back from a bunch of morning meetings. Gonna do some more of those here this afternoon. Well, actually, once we get done with the stream, what am I supposed to be doing today? I haven't checked my calendar in just a moment here. So I got this, and I got a one-on-one, and then we got to ship a thing, and then quoting for people and checking in with folks. And actually, there was a phone call that I need to check in on that phone, but I can't do that. What's up, Kuluhang? Nepal, good times. Hello from Germany, Maurice, 822. A lot more international folks, a lot more European, East European folks coming by. Welcome. I do this stream every day if you're new to it there. So yeah, that's a thing that's going on. Cannot do it. I'm gonna make an adjustment here because there's something else, something going on that's weird and wonky. I'm manage webcam. Do I have a webcam? No, don't have that. Working with all this stuff. Hey guys, how's it going? German Guns, Mettenbell, Chico 3D Prints. Hey, how's it going? Okay, I'm gonna move this up here, guys, because I'm trying to get something done, and you guys are messing with me. It's being used by another application. Gotcha. If I okay, weird. It's just weird. All of this is just weird. I have had just about enough of this. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go here to streams, manage streams. Here we go, just like this. Shangoof, AZ, been learning quite a bit from your videos, especially not making design mistakes. Awesome. That's fantastic. Hello from the Mitten. The Mitten? The Mitten? What do you got over in the Mitten? What is this? Live chat. What is this? The Mitten, mostly useful studio. Android Paranoid, what's up, dude? How's it going? Everybody down here? What's going on, folks? Let me see what's up. What's going on? What do you guys want to go over? Michigan. Oh. Oh. Cut. Yeah, sorry. Mostly useful. No one outside of Michigan playfully calls. Yeah, you see how the Mitten did this week? Yeah, the Mitten was really running at it. That's not a thing that happens outside of your guys' area. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. We're not all calling up referencing Michigan and having everybody else know that, oh yeah, in the Mitten. What's up, Jimmy? Yeah, so I don't know. There wasn't the things to talk about here today. Not a ton of stuff. Had announcements go out on there. We were running through teleport updates that have gone out. We pushed a couple of updates yesterday that fixed a couple bugs people were having with some orders. Oh, geez. Yeah, you're a little weird over there in Michigan. Over there in the Mitten, you guys were always running around in the cold, eh? Running around in the cold, looking at the lakes, wandering around. You prefer the mud in the lakes to the sand at the beach. It's all so sort of terrible over there. Jeez. And right now, you're really cold over there in Michigan. You guys have got all kinds of snow and sleet falling down all over there, eh? Frequently reference your content in a course I teach. Good stuff. Kelly BC, really? What's the course you teach? Is it like a corporate one or like in a school or something like that? Because that's awesome. I want to know. I'm glad we've like broken through the YouTuber thing to where it's like I'm a video that teachers put on in classrooms. That feels like you made it. That feels like something useful and interesting. That feels, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna run with that. Today, yeah, no big additions. No big additions to how Teleport is operating. We did the facelift the other day. It was really the one thing that like happened today is we had a seller who was selling unlicensed files and we had to take them down. That's the big news. We had a designer reach out to us and we say, hey, this guy doesn't have licensed files, and we were just like, oh. So we double checked with the designer to see if he could pony up the license sheet, and he couldn't. So there it was. But that's the full extent of the drama. I got this new book. I don't know if a lot of the folks who watch aren't like down in the valley right now. We got a decent number of people down there. But I got this book called Launchpad, which is about Y Combinator. And I really like Y Combinator because Y Combinator is kind of the dark horse, kind of quiet, behind the scenes deal maker down in Silicon Valley. If you don't know, Y Combinator is indirectly responsible for Airbnb and Stripe and several other companies. Uber couldn't get in. So there were Airbnb or Y Combinator. Most of the largest startups that you know of have touched on these guys at some point in the last 10 years. I wanted to know more about Y Combinator. I know Gary Tan, who currently is the CEO. Of course, I kind of know the history of Sam Altman, and I watched Y Combinator while he was running it as president. And of course, I know Paul Graham from all of his essays and the fact that he founded Y Combinator. I wanted more detail than that. I wanted early thoughts about how it was going and play-by-play. This book was written in like 2012, which is really out of date for what's going on, especially since Y Combinator continues to be responsible for many of the largest startups. But Y Combinator is an incubator, and most people who are at ideation phase apply to here. Y Combinator gives you 100 grand or 150 grand now for showing up. And then if you survive the 3-month boot camp or couple-month boot camp, then you get to pitch to investors at the end of it all. And if you've gone through Y Combinator, you have a really good chance of getting an investment when you come out. But Y Combinator, though an incubator, owns fairly large stakes in companies like Stripe and Airbnb, because I think they get 10% for that $100,000 investment by bringing you on, and then they accelerate you. So Y Combinator owns 10% of Airbnb, which I think is about $10 billion. And they own 10% of Stripe, which I think is about $10 billion, or $5 to $10 billion, somewhere in there. Obviously, they could have sold off those shares at any given time in the subsequent rounds that those companies did, or they could still be holding, and I'll bet they're still holding much of it. But yeah, I just wanted to know the architecture of it all, because nobody really talks about the fact that Y Combinator is presented as a seed stage incubator, which is what it is. But they're also probably one of the best performing VC firms in the Valley, because they just are so data rich and have run through so many people and have amazing people working there, and are just the oldest. A few people tried to replicate them, Techstars, a few other folks, and a lot of them are not even close to the success that Y Combinator has seen. So it's a model that seems to be working, and I'm just interested in it. All right, questions. My take on Y Combinator is fail fast to succeed sooner. Yes. Well, that's just true of business in general. Y Combinator is a really good organization because they actually force founders to make decisions and take action. And most founders love to think about how great stuff is. Is a license sheet required? I got an email confirmation to sell prints from a designer. Just wanted to avoid that potential hiccup. If the designer doesn't report you, then it shouldn't be an issue. Some designers require that you have a photo of the license in the listing, which means that you have to have it there. But if you have proof of the license somewhere in there, if you get reported or flagged or anything along those lines, then you just pop that out and it's fine. So that's the way to deal with it. We do an amount of moderation on the site, but if someone, but many of the reports that turn out to be actually correct are the designer reporting the store and saying, hey, this guy is selling files that he downloaded on a personal license, can't have it. And it's like, okay, cool. Because we want to make sure that designers are protected. The designers create the stuff that is of value here. We're working on fixing this even more. Designers here in about a month or two will be able to upload their catalogs to teleporter portals, and then people can either license them or access them through teleporting portals. That way there's not this in-betweener kind of mess that comes up from this. Let's see here, what else? Question, how do you and your team manage training and testing new stuff? I know you said you hire for passion and want people to stick around their job as projects, but do you all set aside time? How do you and your team manage training and testing new stuff? You hire for passion and want people to stick around their job as projects, but you all set aside time. So, training and testing of new stuff. The way we deal with new products and new product development and that kind of stuff is we test as often as we possibly can. So if we're doing a YouTube video, the rule of thumb for like YouTube content is you make 3 to 5 videos that you know work or have like proven track record, and then you make one experiment. If you can come up with more experiments, you can make more experiments. You can experiment in different areas. So like in shorts, you can experiment with how to you can experiment with anything you want in shorts because they're kind of throwaway videos. Not throwaway, but like they're going to throw them out in the ether and they may hit or they may not. And when you're making shorts, it's very low risk to test that stuff. We can just say, hey, Gabe, go run through the farm. Hey, Gabe, go dance. Hey, Gabe, go talk about this piece of information. Hey, Gabe, get political. I don't know, whatever it happens to be. And we can do that test. Within products, we will test whatever feature is around so long as core product is good. We do not introduce new features unless the core product is working as well as we can imagine it working right now. If there is anything we can do to refine or polish or enhance or deepen what we currently have, we do that first. And then we go do the experiment. So like one of the experiments recently has been Cookie Conjure, which is our cookie cutter making software where you can just prompt an AI and it will create a cookie cutter for you. And you can download the file or you can buy the cookie cutter. Cookie Conjure is an experiment in how to kind of implement on-demand 3D model generation and printing. It's something that we want to touch on more and more with our API and that kind of thing. But it is an experiment. So we took a few days, knocked the thing out, but the entire time, if any other priority popped up of like teleport has a bug or teleport needs this feature, that all got done first. And then we worked on Cookie Conjure because we don't know if it will be useful. So an experiment is something that you throw out there as quick as you possibly can, see if it has any sort of traction at all, and then you move on to the next one. Or go back to core product. But you try to run experiments as fast as you possibly can because any company is dying if it's not growing. So you do experiments as often as you can so that ideally you can grow faster. I've been seeing a few YouTubers say that Silk Matte and Black PLA are the weakest of the PLA. Silk and Matte are the weakest of the PLAs. Black isn't. Black is the strongest PLA, short of clear. Because the reason is Silk and Matte, Silk has additives in it that change the layer adhesion because they add in like some TPU with PLA and they don't play nice together. And then Mattes add in basically a bunch of toothpaste grit to get the matte color, which means that they don't stick together and aren't very strong. Black, you add in carbon black to get the color black. And it's such a fine particle that it doesn't make any difference at all. But mattes and silks are definitely the weakest of the PLAs, for sure. Those are for cosmetic reasons only. They are not there to be a functional or useful part at all. What else? I discovered PCTG recently. It seems like a good material for some tool handle models that I designed. Harder PLAs have had a tendency to crack, and when I use softer ones, the M6 bolts loosen over time. PLA has creep. I don't know what the creep is on PCTG, but yeah, PCTG is a perfectly reasonable material. It's been around for about 8 years, 6 or 8 years. 3D Fuel is the one who make it now. It was Essentium who brought them in, who originally kind of formulated and created it. But yeah, PCTG is a great material. You just can't get adoption for it, and people don't understand it well enough. It's also just quite expensive right now. We've been working on if we could make a PCTG for like $20 a spool, but we haven't turned that loose yet. So we're working through it. Okay. What else we got? Is a senior level mechanical engineering elective at LA Tech over in Ruston. Oh, sweet. Frequently nice. Okay, cool. Nice. Thanks, guys. Quite a few of my models that I consider selling through portals are print in place. How often do you run into problems with these prints with your print farm printers? It depends on how you design them. If you're putting reasonable tolerances in there, they're fine. If you design the part to work on different machines, you should be fine. We do print in place from like clock spring designs, our own designs, that kind of stuff. So long as you're not trying to go for like a 0.1 tolerance, which is just a fragile sort of a print, because any variance in material or anything else can like break that sort of tolerance. But if you're like at 0.2, you're fine. So yeah, print in place is not a problem at all. We make those all the time. And the way to double check is to just order one from yourself. Spend the $5, make sure it's printing the way you want it to, and maybe make design adjustments if you need to. Do you see any use for this heat, or do you still stick to your statement that nothing should be done? Is this good for the printers and the prints? Logically, the warmer the room, the less energy will be used to heat the chamber. Wait. I recently asked about heat from printers. I should clarify. At our company, we print on HDD and only use PETG and ABS. It gets really warm in a room with 15 printers. Is this good for the printers and the prints? Yeah, but if you're using the H2Ds, they have enclosures. So I'm surprised that you have that much heat loss. That's a little bit odd. But for you guys with 15 printers, there's nothing you can do with the heat. There's no useful work that you can do with it. You put in a tropical fish tank and the water can be warmed by the room. That's the full extent of what you can do there, because your waste heat from those printers, there's nothing you can do with it. You can't go pipe it into heating it. Yeah, you can put up a duct and run it into some other room that's colder, which doesn't help in the summer. But yeah, at 15 machines, you don't have enough waste heat to be very useful anyplace. All right. People calling all over the place. What's up, Car and Christos? Marcel. Ian Bradbury. What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to the podcast. Let me know if you have anything that you want to talk about or live stream. 3D Send. Your videos help me a lot, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yes, Silk PLA is weak and brittle. Super weak and brittle. All right. Oops. Okay, let's see here. It's Friday. I can't believe it's Friday. Literally on Wednesday this week, I thought it was Tuesday. I was certain it was Tuesday. I was going to work so hard, and I was just like, yeah, we got a whole month to go. What is your take on the proposed HB 2321 in Washington? I do not care, do not give a darn, and it's a waste of time to think about. That's my quick take. We go over it in the podcast this week. I give a full kind of explanation on it, but like I literally could not care less, guys. It's drama that everybody's thinking about, but I'm not going to spend any of my day worrying about it or doing anything about it, because it's like it doesn't matter. How can you tell if nylon is dry without running through the printer? You can get a meter that you can shove into the spool, and it will estimate the water in there through an infrared kind of flash bulb thing that it does. That meter costs $250. Beyond that, bake your nylon before you start using it. That's the only way to tell if it's wet. Yeah, the nylon is hygroscopic, so it just absorbs water out of the air. There's nothing you can do to make it observable. You're not going to see like water dripping off of it or something. Would Slant do pause layer modifications such as adding magnets or mesh layers? Yeah, the enterprise tier of Teleport will allow that kind of stuff. Though if you're doing inserted magnets, generally the pause in print is a really kind of hacky way of getting it done. It's way better to either make it like a side slot where the magnet goes in the side and then has a plug to cover it, or let the magnets be embedded and add a little dollop of acetyl glue to it. In Teleport, just this last week, we added in super glue tubes, so you can include those with kits so that people can glue stuff together if they need to. But yeah, embedding magnets under the print is really more effort than it's worth. And there's better ways of getting it done that are not print pause, because the print pause is really janky, really expensive, really slow, and really unreliable. So I don't suggest it because it's just super finicky. There's better ways. Is there any issues with cannabis smoking accessories, device accessories being uploaded on portals, or would I have to label them as smoking accessories? I don't think so long as you're not selling the plant. We have no active policy about it, because that kind of stuff is, yeah. That's free trade. It's fine. See here. Oh, shipping. Rick, watch the Marble Run video. Sweet. Yeah, the Marble Run video came out today. It was pretty darn good. It was a fun project to work on. We may have some follow-up to that, and I can expound on it more because there's a lot of that's. It's always funny in these videos. There's a lot of stuff that we just can't go over, so we can't always cover it all. Let's see here. Yeah, how is that video doing? I haven't actually checked the stats on that. Let's go ahead and do a statistics analysis of the Marble Run video, and we can see what we're doing there. Let me go here, and then if we go, oh, I bet I'm not signed in on this computer. Oh, I bet I'm not signed in on this computer. Oh, maybe I am. Oh, hey, I am. 3D printing. Oh, 3D printing nerd. Joel's got a new video out. Ooh, the Marble Run video is doing quite well. It's number 2 out of 10. When you do YouTube, you have the 10 previous videos, and they're all ranked 1 to 10. Having a 2 out of 10, you generally want a 1 out of 10. Like, that's the goal, to have every video better than the previous 10. We don't do that because we do educational content, and sometimes it doesn't always hit. So it's 2, but that's okay. That's actually kind of even better than I kind of would have expected this. But no, that's fantastic. Let's go to the analytics. Good performance overall, good view rates. Not a huge amount of it. Oh, no, watch hours are up, but that's up with number of views. Let's see here. The main metric that we care about are watch time per view. That is the big unlocked. Ooh, click-through rate is pretty good. It's a little bit low. Click-through rate right now is 7.6%. It started out at 8. You generally want to start at like 11, and then you drop down to 7, and that's a video that will have real legs and keep on running. Engagement, view duration. View duration is a little bit down from normal, but it's not a super long video, so that's not too surprising. A lot of people liking it. It's 100% likes ratio right now, which is good in theory, but actually not good. Generally, you want a like to dislike ratio of like 95% because that's a really good engagement rate. So, yeah. And audience. Hey, this is a stat that bothers me. 41% of our views on the video so far are from desktop computers, 30% from mobile phone, or 27% from mobile phone, and 26% from TV. I love that the TV is that much. I like that the phone is 27%, but that's too low. Desktop computer is 41%, which is not a problem, but it's kind of indicative of like the age of our audience. I would like there to be more mobile views because that's indicative of a younger audience. In all fairness, some of our videos are difficult to watch on mobile because there's so much detail visually on them of like how to design the thing that it's tough to watch on mobile. And with a lot of the people who watch our videos, they watch them at work or at work or in the office or something like that. So desktop is not that weird, but anyhow. Sorry, guys. Was pushing buttons and it went all over the place. Watch waiting for the stream. Nice. What other questions do you guys want to go over? Want to talk about YouTube videos? I'm looking at all of them right now. It's good stuff. Yeah, this video is going to do okay. It's not going to do like incredible. But also, when I look at our top 10, these videos just have radically better thumbnails than our other videos. They're brightly colored, something interesting in it. I'm going to check the A/B test because we have kind of a lot of words up there. It's funny, on our thumbnails, we have rules on the number of words. I think I need to make that rules on the number of letters. Because words, people can say like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, onomatopoeia, and amazing multi-jet fusion, and that kind of thing. And those are 3 words, which is within rule. We have the word redesigned in the thumbnail. And redesigned is a very complicated word. sorry, Parker, if you're watching this, but redesigned is a mighty big word to have in a thumbnail, especially in the same row. If I was nitpicking the thumbnail on this most recent video, I think you only need the word redesigned, and that would be fine. Or change the phrase to made for scale. Made for scale is also still kind of abstract and high level. Like when you're doing a thumbnail, you want kindergarten words in it. That's pretty much the rule, because it's a monkey brain reaction clicking at a thumbnail. So you want it to be as simple and basic as possible. Redesigned is a mighty hoity-toity word, so you don't really want to use that kind of a thing. Shoot. That's what I get for delicately balancing anything. I followed your advice and made some more shorts and posted everything on Instagram and TikTok too. Hey, awesome, Abyssal Cactus. Yeah, that's fantastic. I checked in with the team and they sent you an email, I believe, checking in with you to try to see what you wanted to do. Did you want to do file licensing on our new network, or did you want to do something else? Fire. Will you be doing more interview videos of industry leaders in areas of interest to 3D printing? Stranger, GT90. I'm so glad that you asked about that. We do. I'm talking to a few guys. So yes, we'll be doing more. Most of those were stored up back in like October, November, so that we could release them during Christmas when I don't have as much time to do this kind of stuff. But yes, we're going to try to get those revamped. There's a couple other YouTubers that I'm going to talk to, and then a couple other people who are working on interesting projects. So there's all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll be bringing back the interviews. The thing with the interviews, though, is that they don't increase the views of the videos, which is one of the things. But it's also difficult to make the interview interesting because a lot of the people that we interview aren't content creators. And it's my job to pull out the interesting inside of it. We had an interview that was accidentally published too early back around Christmas that we ended up editing out and taking down because it wasn't supposed to be published yet. But I would say it was a very good interview that would have gotten a decent number of views because it was interesting and dynamic and a little bit salacious. And I think that's good because that's good TV. But it was taken down because it was too early, and the guys who did it ended up not wanting to run with that version of it, which is fine. We never want to publish anything that the interviewee doesn't feel comfortable having out there. But anyhow, we run through all that stuff. More interviews are coming. All right. Do you ship to Greenland? Yes, we ship internationally. We will ship to any country in the world that is not Iran or North Korea. Cool. I think I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing right now. I will keep your services in mind, though. Thanks. Abyssal, what's the reason for that? I totally get it. You're doing 3D modeling and that kind of stuff, and that's great because you only have to deal with files. But the thing is, there's 8 billion people on the planet who want stuff, and there's 2 million people on the planet that have 3D printers. So there's a lot of designers who can basically double their revenue by going to portals because it's exactly the same as uploading a model. It's just now that you're providing prints, and you don't have to worry about the prints themselves and that kind of thing. So it's a great way to access the rest of humanity with your products, which is why a lot of designers end up doing it, because it just lets you reach a whole bigger audience who wants your stuff. What's up, Woodpecker666? So that's the reason most of them do it. The other option is we'll probably reach out to you because we're going to release catalog, and we'd love to partner with designers who want to upload their file sets to catalog for other people to sell. Then you get a license from every print of your file that people sell, which is way better than a commercial license on things. Because with a commercial license, a person could sell 1 or 1 million, but the designer never sees the benefit of the 1 million. So with catalog, you can now actually track that, and we think it's something that would be really useful for folks. So not anything to do with 3D printing, but is there a reason you always wear black? The only people I see who wear black more are priests and ninjas. Well, I'm Catholic. And I work in the night. But the reason I wear black, I started wearing black 10 years ago. I have always gone in genres of uniforms. So my whole thing is I do not want to think about what I have to put on during the day. So I wear black cargo pants, black t-shirts, long sleeve tees is my go-to shirt. And then I have black sweaters. And then, of course, Slant 3D is black and white. So I have the black sweater on that, and it just runs through. And black ball caps. Black ball caps because they're always neutral. They always work well. And black is forever in style. Black also does not stain if you pour something on it. So that's the reason I go for black rather than going for white or navy blue. But yes, the reason I do black universally, except for my shoes, because my shoes right now are blue, and I'm wearing jeans today, which is weird. But I just don't want to have to think about what I have to wear, and I want to make sure that I can show up basically anywhere with whatever is on the top of my drawer, so that I can jump out of bed in the morning, throw on the next thing, and know that I will be presentable to the world. Because if you have a shirt that's an orange SpongeBob shirt that you wear on the weekends for fun or something like that, that decision just isn't worth it. I have to go through too many things in a day to be thinking about what I wear. And plus, I run a factory. We're working on a factory floor. I need to make sure that my clothes are functional and ready to go. So I wear black functionalist clothes. Looks good, always reliable, everything's quick and easy, and I can move on with life and not have to deal with things. So I settled into this. There was an era in my life throughout high school and early college. I wore polos exclusively. I have worn a ball cap since I was 14, always. And I had an Under Armour ball cap that I really, really liked, and I had it for 10 to 12 years. And I finally had to get rid of it because it was just too mangy. And they didn't make those anymore. And I finally found these, and I have a set of 10 of them that I just rotate through, and then when they get dirty or broken or beat up or whatever, lost, then I go get 10 more. And it's all the same. And all my socks match, and I don't have to find the pairs. I just go through all of them, and they're all the same. So life just gets way easier if you don't have all of this decision-making on trivial stuff. I do have other clothes. Sometimes I like to go on a date, and the girls don't really appreciate it when you show up this functionalist, but that's irrelevant to my normal day-to-day life. Architects wear black. A lot of people wear black, because black is a good catch-all for folks. Yeah. Photographers wear black. Photographers wear black for kind of the fashionista part of it all. They're always ready to go. So you see the photographers with the black turtleneck all the time. It is funny. Inside of our company, we have a lot of guys who are kind of default, I'm not going to say uniform wearers, but have a certain style that is in this genre. So apparently they flock together. You should get a dynamic QR code account and print the QR codes on stickers and put them on your designs to draw people to your stores. You have unique enough designs. Oh, Abyssal Cactus, if you need a QR code maker that doesn't require you to sign up and that kind of stuff, we have a free one. So go over to 3D Print Entrepreneurs, and there's a really good QR code maker over there. Okay. How's everybody else doing down here? What's up, 3D Logics? Welcome back. How's it going? Dale Cannon. Nice name. Hakan. How's it going, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? DM'd us, huh? Valeria, what's going on? You got me right now. Let's talk. What do you got going on? Okay. We are, Parker, if you're watching, I think we're going to go back to desktop stream. Because now the mobile views aren't getting what they would normally do. So we're going to have to do something different. Have you not done much PBA prints? Nope, haven't done any of them. It has not made it into the cultural. Hey, how's it going? It's going well. It's going well. I'm getting by, doing the daily stream as one does. Everybody's got this. We all got our things we got to do. Oh no, I should answer that call, but I can't because I'm on a stream. I'm sure he's looking for me. I can't do it. I'd leave y'all. Can't do it. Nope, this is scheduled time. Downtime. We're here for spending time with all you guys. Let's see how many more views we have. Let's do the YouTuber thing and just refresh the page all the time. Woo! 2,000 views in the first hour or so. That's not bad. That's pretty solid. We've done 4 million views on the YouTube channel in the last month, which is very good. Watch time, it's up, but it seems low when I say it out loud. 66,000 watch hours, which I've killed a lot of people with my videos. That's a few folks. Okay. Do QR codes embedded on a 3D printed product work? Depends on the color that you're using. Sometimes they do, sometimes they do not. You have to experiment with whatever color it is you're printing on. You need high contrast ones, so actually matte prints have the best chance of working, and you need the QR code to be engraved in it, not embossed. Otherwise, you don't have enough contrast. Since half the country is about to get a bunch of snow, do you run-ups or anything on the farm, or do you... Oh no, because we live in a place that has snow. We're not surprised by snow. It's not a big old giant shot that there's snow. I would say, we're not worried about it. Snow falls. It is what happens. Power will sometimes go out. The grid is finicky. An AI data center goes in next to you. You move on with life. There's all these things. Let's go. I'm going to go to comments on that video. That new... Love these videos. Someone pointed out that if you make the support fins an actual separate object, the slicer will print the fin and then come back and print the part. So while they're touching, you don't get any blemishes on the actual part, but you still have good support. The path for slicer leaves one bead of plastic for the part and a separate bead of plastic, rather than having to print head jump from part to fin and back to part. You never want to separate parts when printing if they can be combined, because then you have assembly downstream. And human time, which is required to assemble a 3D printed part the vast majority of the time, is more expensive than machine time. So you always want to combine parts. Plus, a separate part means that you've just doubled your design complexity without reducing your part count. So it's a thing to be avoided. I've heard that setting the support fin as another part just before splicing makes it so you don't have to break it separate and still give support to the structure. Have you tried it or found any drawbacks to this method? If you're having a separate support fin that you're placing manually, you should just use generated support. The support fin, the value of the support fin is that it's part of the part. It's completely pointless to use a support fin if it's just there for support. That's just design support. And design support can be useful, but not in this case. Okay. What else, folks? I think we got 15 minutes left. Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left in the stream. Yay big if you have a fairly short URL. That's the trick to it all. Okay. Going back here. This video keeps on rolling. Oh, sweet. And it's starting to get traffic from other YouTube features. Whenever you do a video, you have like general YouTube browse features, which is showing it to your subscribers and that kind of thing. And then there's suggested videos where it'll pop it up next to somebody's thing. And then there's other YouTube features. And other YouTube features are features throughout YouTube. But when your video starts getting into there, you know that they like it enough that they're going to start showing it to other folks. So it's going to get a spread that's interesting. I do like the thumbnail on this one, though. That ramp with the tree support underneath it looks good. looks really interesting. It'd be nice. That orange one has a big old block of something underneath it, so it kind of loses the silhouette. If we were redoing that, we would probably Photoshop it so that that other orange part was floating midair. Just like run it through an AI and have it remove that brick underneath it that was holding it up. Live chat. What do you think about using an A1 Mini for production? They have something where you can print multiple plates, where a new plate will be pushed off when the previous plate is finished. You can, but I'm going to be very hoity-toity about this. But like, I would never use an A1 in our print farm because it is a bed slinger, which is a worse style of machine because you're waving the part through air. So you literally just move your hand like this. As I was just moving my hand like this, I can feel the airflow over it, which is as much as some fans blow on the part. You have all this airflow from the part getting moved back and forth. Plus, if you have a big part, the bed starts jiggling and working with it. Hi, can I use portals if I'm outside the United States? Mohammed, yes, you can absolutely use portals outside the United States. It was kind of designed for people from the outside the United States. You can upload a file and have it be for sale in 30 seconds, regardless of where you are in the world. But yeah, I wouldn't use the A1 for production. Bed slingers are terrible. The A1 has great tech in it, and Bamboo's done a great job with the tech in it. But also, it's a consumer device that's meant to burn out after 18 months. And yes, those devices exist, but that device for the bed removal and that kind of stuff is going to be irrelevant as soon as a new version of the machine comes out. So you never have enough, you have no control of what your future is. So I would never build a print farm around it. So I just do the marketing, right? Yes, Mohammed. Yeah, you just do the marketing. Portals was designed for like Instagram. So you can upload the model, 30 seconds, it's live, it's for sale, you're good to go. It gives you a link and you can paste that link in your Instagram or around in groups or wherever you want to market it, in a YouTube video, however you like. And that's how people can get a hold of it. We should start including portals links in our video descriptions. I wonder if Alex at M&H Racing set up a portal. So he set up a teleport for his store, but I think he was messing with portals. I don't know if he actually did it. But yeah. Okay. Someone else had a portals question. I'm sorry, I missed it there a second ago. Do you have a store showing the designs for connected portals? I'm not sure if I'm not seeing it, but do you have a store showing the designs for connected portals? You can create a store of your portals, and that's just create store up there when you're on the portals page. There's not like a public page of all the portals right at the moment, so that's not one of the options. I didn't set up a portal since it didn't have any pay in installments. Oh, gotcha. That's right. Okay, yeah, teleport, absolutely. I recommend that. I think teleport probably is a better option. Your video, learning DFAM, and you talk a lot about topics that people don't usually tackle. Much support. Thanks, man. Hey, Mohammed, what are topics that people are not talking about that you would like someone to talk about? We're looking for video ideas. So yeah, if you can give me an idea of what you need to see, that's great. We can make a video about it. Okay. Yeah, got a thing coming up here in just a little bit. Yeah, that video is going to do solid. Be nice if we were having a higher subscriber addition to it all, but you know, life goes on. All right, guys, we're probably going to wrap it up here in about 5 minutes because I have a meeting at 1 that I want to be a tad early to. Oh yeah, Portals has way less fees. Yeah, if you're using, we have an app. There's 3dprintpricecalculator.com that you can use for doing pricing estimation and kind of business modeling. It's a really good option for running through how your business is laid out. Yeah, and making sure the pricing is good and what the platform fees are. It has platform fees in there like Shopify and Etsy and so on. And a lot of those things can be ambiguous if you're not aware of them. Okay. Compose going to. Okay. What else, guys? I know this is like fascinating stream right now when I'm silent and typing. Portals and customers wanting refunds. If a customer wants a refund, we give them a refund. That's the policy. That's just what it is. Video idea, showcase some of the products you have mass produced. We just did that. Video published today. Showed a video from M&H Racing, Alex over there. And we're using Teleport to produce his parts for him. So that's one of them. There's also real 3D printed products. When we do real 3D printed products, many of them are examples of clients. So there's a bunch of videos of examples of our mass production clients. Shop Nation recently did a video with us in it, and we're going to do a response video to him. We made something like 10, 20,000 parts for him. So yeah, all those things. There's several videos on the channel going through that stuff. Okay. Hey guys, I'm going to put a request to the stream. Over on the slant3d.com, we have the get a quote tool over there, which is just go get a quote. If anybody's on the stream, could you run over there and upload an STL or a step file and just confirm that it's showing pricing? Because it should show price for 1, price for 100, price for 1,000. I'm going to put you all to work. Please go test this small app. It's open, it's free, you don't have to sign into anything. I just want to make sure that it's showing stuff because I just got an email that a guy asked for a quote, but he asked for 1,000 units, and we automatically quote 1,000 units. So I'm wondering, is there a bug or is there something down to where that doesn't work anymore? I'm gonna follow up on his thing and look at some stuff, but like, yeah, I don't know what's up. Like, test it right now. Yeah, it'd be great if you could go test it right now. Let me know if it's working, because you should upload a file, and about 4 seconds later, you should see a quote for 1 piece, 100 pieces, and 1,000 pieces, and then the option to quote 10,000 and 100,000. But it should pop up those 3 options. So 1,000 pieces should be there with a price next to them and say it's going to cost $1 per piece, and go from there. So if anybody sees it and wants to run over there and check it, that'd be great. It's slant3d.com, and then press the big blue button. I got quotes for 1, 100, and 1,000. Others were asked for custom pricing. Perfect. Thanks, Kelly. Good. That's what it should be doing. Okay, so it's working for people out there in the world. We don't have like an internal system that's saying it's perfect and it's not. It is always amazing to me. We get people. I always wonder how people get lost in stuff. It's working. Thanks, man. Shanga. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate that. I'm going to do this more often. I'm just going to turn things loose and say, hey, guys, go run over there. The team turns something loose. Go do the beta testing for us, quick. We don't know if it's good. They tested it. They just published it. Who knows what's working. But okay, cool. It's working. Because, yeah, somebody submitted a quote for 1,000. And I'm like, you don't need a manual quote for 1,000. We automatically quote 1,000. So I just don't know why he did that. I talked to him on the phone this morning, too. And he's like, I didn't see you had anything. I was like, okay. I don't know how that's. Okay, so he said material other. Oh, that's what's up. He wanted some other material, but he didn't detail what the material was. So the app is working fine. Okay, fine. We'll follow up with him at some point. All right. All right, guys. We're probably going to wrap it up there. I'll see if there's any final question here, but then I got to go to another thing. Thanks, guys. Thank you all so much for testing it. Yeah, Alex, you got invited as a collaborator on that video. Should have. Yeah, I double checked on that like an hour ago. And yeah, they included the invite as a collaborator, so you should be good. I don't know where it shows up inside the YouTube. Nobody's ever invited me as a collaborator. I don't know what it looks like when it shows up, but yeah, you should have been invited as a collaborator. Alrighty then. Fair enough, guys. Sounds good. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. And I'll see you tomorrow. See you later.